Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Yes, I'm doing good as well. Thank you for asking. So, I guess this is the maybe the second time we are meeting, or is this the first time?
No, we are meeting for the third time.
Third time, right. Yes, correct.
Yes,
Yes, right, okay. So, yes, tell me, how was your festivals? How did you celebrate them?
yes. The festival was great. This year was special for me because I have a baby now. He is 7 months old, and it was the first puja for him. So yeah, we celebrated good,
Okay,
well.
okay, that's great. Right. So, before we proceed on with the session, do you have any doubts, anything that you want to ask?
No, my sessions are. I have only 3 sessions left. Then my subscription is going to over. So
Is going
now
to
I
end.
just want to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching.
Right. Okay. Yes, okay. No issues. So, yes, today's topic is basically about exercise, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yes, tell me, do you exercise or yoga regularly? Do you do yoga, practice yoga, or do you like exercise?
I like doing exercise, but I don't do much. Nowadays, I'm not doing anything. Uh, it's been 8 months. I delivered my baby, and people say that after 3 months you are ready to do any kind of exercise. There is no restriction. I also thought of doing the same, but then it turned out that I haven't done anything yet. But next month I will join office. Then I will not have much time to do anything. Like I have to leave my baby to my mother, and I have to go to attend my office. So I don't think I I could do much exercise in the near future. But let's see what happens.
Okay. Okay. Right. So, do you have any person whom you admire from a fitness perspective? It could be any celebrity, it could be any person in your network.
No, I do watch a lot of videos on yoga. I do follow Shilpa Shetty's channel. I like her doing those asanas, and I tend to get motivated, and I think that yeah, from tomorrow I will also start doing something. But then I wake up in the morning, and then I think that no, from the next day I will start only. Today is my rest day. So, but the next day will never come. It never comes, and it will never come. And I'm a serial procrastinator. Like I can't start anything today. For me, today doesn't exist. Whatever I plan, I will do from the next day, or maybe from the next month, or maybe from the next year. So I'm like this. So
Hmm.
there were times when I started doing exercise, started doing cardio. Sometimes uh, I used to do yoga, but then like 1 week or 2 week I maintained the consistency, and after that I quit completely. So
Hmm. Okay.
so that's the problem with me.
Okay. Okay. Right. Hmm. Okay. Fine. And when we talk about fitness and all these things, so have you heard of online fitness classes?
Yes, many of my friends they do attend online fitness classes, especially yoga classes they take online.
Okay, that's great. So, what are the advantages and disadvantages do you think we have for the online fitness classes?
I fitness classes, there are lots of advantages of doing exercise regularly. We can't deny that. But I also think of attending online classes, but then you can't like if there is a trainer who is in front of you, then he or she can guide you. he or she can tell you that no, this posture is not correct. You need to do like this, or maybe your hand should raise a little bit higher. So because technique is really important. You can't just see something and just try to do those steps or maybe those asanas. So technique is what is important when you are a beginner and you are starting it for the very first time. So that's the only reason I do not prefer online fitness classes. But my friends, they say no, they can see you and they can tell you no, 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 your posture is not right and you need to do this like this, do it like this or maybe like this. So it will not be a problem. You take classes after 2 or 3 sessions. You will also be habituated, and you can learn a lot of things because uh, it you can there are lots of people, like 5 or 6 people like you who are doing the same thing, so you can talk with them, and it is a kind of a community in which you can do. So yeah, there are lots of benefits, but this is the reason why I don't join.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. Okay. So the first thing is, of course, as because of, you can say, both that happened simultaneously. One is pandemic, and the second is social media boom. So with the social media and everything going online, so we also experienced the fitness classes going online. Although there had been several online sessions earlier, I mean, even before the pandemic, but we were not very aware of it, or people were very skeptical, we can say, in terms of taking up online classes. So the social, I mean, this entire pandemic has removed this social taboo related to the online fitness classes. Well, not just the online fitness classes, but online of anything, whether it's work from home, whether it's
Yes,
the classes, fitness, everything. So this has given us convenience, we can say, obviously. So if we are facing a time crunch and we are kind of a person who basically doesn't like, visiting the physical classes, maybe we are of an introvert, or maybe whatever the xyz reasons that we have, so in that case it gives us a privilege, basically, where we can learn everything, anything and everything related to the concept, sitting in the comfort of our home. So that
yes,
is one of the most important advantage that we have received. And one of the most disadvantage is again related to the same thing, that is, yes, when we are attending the physical classes, so we have more hands-on learning experience. Right. So there we
yes,
will get to exactly know what the posture is, how to breathe in, how to breathe out, if it is yoga, whether it's I mean, in terms of any other fitness classes, we'll know the exact posture on everything, right? So that is missing. That physical touch and guidance is missing when it comes to the online classes. So that's the reason mostly the prefer, the people, another thing that people often link it with is the motivation. So they feel that the online classes
yes,
doesn't give them the motivation every day, right? So they might be motivated for the very first day, maybe some days, but then thereafter they feel that okay, this that doesn't help, right? Maybe they are losing out on the motivation, and finally they give up. But when they
yes,
attend the physical classes, they are more motivated when they see the people around them, right? So that gives
yes,
them the
yes,
vibe,
yes.
basically, to do the same. So yeah.
And
Hmm.
most importantly, I was talking about my friends. So all of them are actually thin. They are thin, and they are not trying to gain weight, but they are trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle. That's why they joined online classes. And for them, it's they don't need to count like how much weight they like, what should I say, decrease. Uh,
Sorry, how much weight they lose?
how much, yeah, how much weight they lose, because their intention was to doing some physical activity, waking up first thing in the morning. So that's
Okay.
why they joined it. But if I am obese and I want to lose my weight, then I have to, like, I after a week or maybe after a month, maybe after 2 weeks, I will check my weight, and then if there is no, if I do not lose any weight, then it will also be a demotivation for me.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Correct. Correct. Right. Right. So that is true. I mean, yeah, this results that we get to see on the weighing scale, or maybe in terms of how we feel with our body, is something that gives us the motivation. That is a driving force for us. So if we do not get the motivation to work out, of course, that we might actually just drop the idea of even exercising. So yeah, that does happen. And yes, okay.
Yes.
Let me just ask you some other general questions now. Okay. Hmm. I don't remember whether I've asked you this one or not. Let's just see whether we have discussed or not. Movies breed crime. Movies breed crime. Do you
Movies,
agree? Or breed BREED.
movies
Breed.
breed crime. Oh,
Hmm. Do you know the meaning of this sentence? Could you understand that? Movies breed crime. Do you agree?
means what
Disagree?
we see,
Hmm.
the criminal activities in movies, we tend to do the same in our real
Yeah, so
life.
breed means giving rise, right? So do you think movies give rise to crimes?
Okay, so it's a hard question for me, but I I maybe it's true for some people, but not for everyone. Um, we can in the recent past we have heard of many news like a for example, in Delhi, we heard that in the news that that a guy, he killed his girlfriend, and he cut his girlfriend into many pieces, and then put them all together inside the fridge, and he kept it for like a week, and then he dumped it inside in jungle or somewhere. So these kind of news, we it is happening nowadays. I don't think crime like this uh, happened in the past when we were younger, but I don't think I'm not a I do not watch, I do not go and watch much movies, but I don't know from where they get the motivation to do such kind of activities. I really don't know, but I think it's in their mind, their psychic, and they can do anything. Like it's just an example, and after hearing the news, I think the people who are whose minds are related to the same, they maybe get motivated to do the same with the people around them. So
Hmm. Okay. I don't watch much movies. Okay, that was a correct sentence. You can also say I'm not much of a movie buff. I'm not much of a
part of the
movie
movie,
buff. Right, okay. Or minds are related to the same. Okay, they have the same criminal
minds are
mindset.
related to that.
They are of the same criminal mindset. So, yes, it
Yes,
instigates basically. It can
instigate.
instigate people who have the similar criminal mindset. It might instigate them, it might incite them to take up such extreme steps in their life. That is what we got to see from that particular that incident that you just spoke about, right? So when this person, the one who just chopped off his her body into 36 pieces, when he was interrogated about the same, so he admitted the fact that he got this inspiration from a certain Hollywood movie. So
Oh,
this is how the movie's name was something like Inception or something like that. I don't exactly remember the name, but something like that. So he got an inspiration from that movie to commit such a crime. So it's not you and I who are committing the crime seeing the movies. I mean, whatever the things that are shown in the movies, but it's a criminal mind which gets impacted. Like I will tell you
yes,
about a general perception of everyone, right? I got to know this from one of my students who happened to be a guy, so he just shared his experience. So he just said that, what happened was, I remember what was that movie that he was talking about? Maybe Dawn, or what was that movie? Some criminal movie. I don't know. Maybe something like that, a thriller movie or something like that. There was this villain who was very cool, right? So he just said that, okay, during that time when we were younger, we were in our college days basically. So we were so inspired by that movie. Okay, he has such a cool hairstyle and he carries the gun so nicely, and we were so very inspired by him that we I wanted to become like him at that point of time when I was young. So if it is able to influence the minds of those innocent people, obviously it would impact the minds of the criminal minded people.
Criminal. Yes.
So I mean, usually the movie makers and directors are of the opinion that we are not creating something which is new. We are depicting something that is happening in the real lives. We are depicting it and we are portraying on screen, but that is already existed. I mean, that is prevalent in the society. Yes, it is, but it is giving out clues. It is giving out, you can say ways and means of committing such crimes to the other people watching them. Right.
Yes.
So obviously, it depends upon the inherent character. I can't really deny that. Obviously, it is the inherent character that commits a crime. But yes, to a certain extent, yes. Hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
I think it's similar to when we see something positive in a movie, like maybe the hero, maybe heroine, he or she overcomes the hurdles of his or her life and achieves something bigger. So we also tend to motivate, and we also try to do the
Hmm.
same thing in our life. So I think, yeah, similar minded, it can impact on similar minded people.
Hmm. Correct. Correct. So it all depends upon our inherent character, whatever the innate character that we have. Right. That is going to impact a lot when it comes to the movies and how we get
Yes.
affected by it and everything. So yes. Okay. Now, okay. Night owls or early birds? Night owls versus early bird. Which one is you among them? And what are the pros and cons of both?
Okay. So when I was in my school, and also during my college days, I just before the exams were going on, I used to become an early bird. I used to wake up very early and I used to study. But otherwise, I am a night owl. I sleep very late, like after 2 p.m., 2:30, 3. Uh, if I talk about my present situation, my baby sleeps the whole day, and at night he becomes really active, and he starts doing like he goes from one side of the bed to the other side of the bed within a blink of an eye. Like he's so active. So now also I am an now night owl. Uh, but the pros and cons, like I feel that when you wake up early in the morning, your mind is fresh. You had your good 8 hours sleep. Now you can your mind is free and fresh. You can start thinking of uh, doing something positive. You can think about your life, and you can decide your goals accordingly. Uh, and make your to-do list, make your goals like short-term goals, long-term goals. You can do all of those things in the morning, I think, before others wake up. And but still, I am not comfortable waking up early in the morning. I think I personally think that after coming from office, and um, after watching something on maybe phone or maybe television, after having my dinner, I think that's the time when I can think about my day, and I can relax a bit. I can read a book, or maybe uh, something. So this is the time when I do fruitful things.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So every person is different. I completely agree on this point. I always keep on saying this, that it's not that a person's potential of productivity, declines if he's waking up late or if he's waking up early. It is completely a very subjective matter, and one should always understand his or her body rhythm according to which one can act or react. Right. So, yeah, but we can say that to a certain extent, of course, the society runs according to the early bird model prototype, right? So, of course, we have all the schools, colleges, offices, everything, starting off early by a certain time, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever. So, that's the reason it just runs on the early bird model. But apart from that, it is just dependent on how a person can react to it, right? And there are certain, of course, there are principles behind it wherein people say it's very good to wake up early, right, before the sun rises and all of that, because it's good for the body, it gives you the healthy vitamins. There are thousands of principles like that, but I mean, we have seen it, we have witnessed it for all the people around the world, that there are so many people who used to be the night owls and they have been successful in their life, and there are people who are early bird and they are successful as
They
well.
are also, yeah.
So it all depends on what one's own preferences and choices are. I don't think that makes us less of any, potential, that makes us have less of any potential just because we can wake up early or we can wake up late. So it one's preferences completely. Right. So, yeah, that's true. Now, okay, we are almost nearing to the end of the session. I'll first go with the feedback with you. See, you are able to speak well. I also told you in the previous session, I believe. Right. It's not that, I mean, you're making any grammatical errors as such, all those things. Sometimes when you know the words, when you know the vocabularies, you're able to use them well into the sentence. Sometimes I feel that you are using these idioms and phrasal verbs that only on very rare occasions, right? So this needs to be increased, right? So in the next session, if we meet again, try to remind me that we can take up some idioms or maybe some phrasal verbs that might help you, in refining your sentences even more. Other than that, I just feel that, yeah, the choice of words can be a little better. That's it. Other
Hmm.
than that, I do not feel any such other grave or serious problem with that. So, yes, tell me if you have any other questions, anything that you want to ask.
No, I have no question.
Hmm. Hmm. I cannot hear you, I feel. Yeah.
Can you hear me
Okay.
properly? Your
Yeah,
your
now,
video got stuck.
is it fine now?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Yeah, actually, maybe you were receiving call or something. So that's the reason it got stuck. Okay, fine. No issues. So I guess, yeah, that is it. So we'll be meeting you soon in some other session, right? So we'll try to discuss a little on the idioms and phrasal verbs, right? That might help you to a certain extent. So yes, we'll do that. That is the only thing.
I Yes, yes, yes. I want to say something that when I take classes, like I take alternative classes, so then my flow of speaking is better. But when I take two, 3, or maybe 4 days break, and then I try to speak, then I stuck. Like today,
Yes.
I'm taking this session after like 4 days break. I took 4 days break, and then I'm taking this session. So I'm a little uneasy. I feel uneasy while speaking.
Hmm. Which means you just need more practice. Right. So the thing is, the fact is that maybe prior to taking up sessions like these, you were not speaking much, you were not processing your thoughts much. So that's the reason it is taking you a little of lag, in terms of how you think out and how you articulate it out. So it is just going to take some more time. That's it. You have to keep on speaking to yourself, even if you are not taking up the sessions, let's say. Right. So in
Hmm.
those intervals, you should keep on talking to yourself. That'll help you to keep up with that fluency and consistency of being in touch with the language, whatever that you can speak to yourself. right?
Okay.
If you're observing certain people in front of you, you can just create some ideas, your basic thoughts in your mind, and start speaking to yourself. That will help you search for words, and when you look for words, you'll try to improve your vocabulary as well with that, right? So this is what you need more practice. Hmm. Right. So yes, we'll be meeting
Mhm.
you soon in some other session, right?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.